don't got no job, shawty, my name is Amaya.
It's that me time, y'all. Come on. The emote is.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the
All right,
victims in
bro,
all
we
our
get
favorite
it,
horror
we
movies.
get it.
I'm James A. Janice, and today we're finally looking at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, released in 1974.
Hey, Daniel, what do you... Okay, good. I was about to hit you with the Get Out. You know I love my new soundboard. You know... Then he puts me twerking. Back to the video, bro.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre
I
has
should have
become
never
the
added
most
that.
requested franchise on this channel, and it's not hard to see why. The original film is one of the most influential horror movies of all time, and came out before most of the other landmark films of the genre, including Halloween and, just barely, Black Christmas. Now, as amazing as the original Chainsaw Massacre is, in fact, Chelsea cites it as her favorite horror movie, I'm not sure if everyone who requested this franchise understands just how messed up it gets.
Bro, like, I'm going to say this now, chat. Let's go ahead and give... Wait, she was throwing that shit. I low-key was throwing that motherfucker. That motherfucker was moving. I'm not going to lie. No bat. No bat, that motherfucker was moving. Let's go ahead and give James A. Janice and Dead Meat their flowers. Anytime, bro, anytime you hear this right here, you know who it is. You don't gotta be like, oh, I wonder whose YouTube intro that is. Dead Meat, bro. If you haven't seen a horror movie, bro, like, listen, sometimes I don't be watching these horror movies. I'll low-key just go watch the Dead Meat motherfucker when they come out, bro. The girl be like, yo, you're cute. You want to go to the movies and go watch this movie? I'm like, yeah, babe, what we watching? What we watching? Let's go watch this old horror movie they're showing. I'm like, I already watched it. Damn, Heidi, you're so knowledgeable. Baby, that's Dead Meat. I ain't seen that fucking movie. I seen the kill count. Come on. Like, I'm going to be real. Dead Meat got me through any horror movies I haven't seen. Shout out James A. Janice. And anytime, listen, bro, listen.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today...
James A. Janice, bro. He's the fucking GOAT, and I want to give him his flowers right now. But let's get back to where we was.
Movie. I'm not sure if everyone who requested this franchise understands just how messed up it gets. And I don't only mean in terms of quality, even though plenty of these movies are straight up stinkers. Texas Chainsaw's content is severely convoluted, rivaled only by the clusterfuck that is the Halloween franchise. Get this, the original has 3 sequels, although parts 3 and 4 have completely different characters and storylines. The 2003 reboot with Jessica Biel was followed by a 2006 prequel, The Beginning. 2013's Texas Chainsaw 3D is a direct sequel to the original 74 film. And finally, 2018's Leatherface is a prequel to the original that maintains continuity with the 2013 3D film. Did you get all that? If not, don't worry.
Nah.
Plenty of time.
I didn't get shit he just said.
2 months with this series, during which you'll see a bunch of different Leatherfaces, a whole bunch of people jumping through windows, and some familiar A-list actors along the way. But before all that craziness, we had the original. Co-written and directed by Tobe Hooper, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has a certain reputation that it honestly doesn't deserve. Because I'm sure when you hear the name, you think stereotypical super bloody slasher, right? This movie is not that. Not at all. It's decidedly tame when it comes to gore.
Oh my gosh.
And to be honest, it's more of an art house film than a Friday the 13th type slasher. In fact, this movie is the subject of so many academic and analytical reviews that Chelsea devoted an entire episode of the Dead Meat podcast to it earlier this week. Do yourself a favor and check it out. Set your expectations accordingly. The first half is surprisingly slow-paced, focusing mostly on setting the tone and relishing in Daniel Pearl's gorgeous cinematography. When things finally explode in the final act, it's not a hack and slash kill fest, but rather a soul-crushing nightmare of depravity at the hands of this franchise's bedrock, the sadistic Sawyer family. For those of you unfamiliar with this franchise, you may be surprised to learn that it revolves around a family of cannibals.
Nah, why he... Daniel, stop that Jam. Jam gonna slap you. Where my shit go?
Go through half a dozen iterations, always changing family members and often changing their name. But the one consistent element of these movies, and the boy that you've all been waiting to see, is the infamous chainsaw-wielding, sweet, simple Leatherface. He's sometimes scared and confused, other times a bit more outright mean, and at one point we'll even see him fall in love. But most of the time, Leatherface is a bit less evil than other killers like
Jammer,
Michael or Jason,
PBK a
because he's
bitch
usually
on, bro. Welcome in the building, Big Panda. But since you stepped in the building, guess what you can do?
taken advantage of and ordered around by the rest of his much more malicious family members. Now, with all that table setting out of the way, let's finally start the meal and get to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's kills.
All right, here we go. The kills. Hold on. Wait, y'all. Y'all know this song. That dung, 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 dung. Hold on.
In his first ever role.
For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare.
Oh,
It
shit.
implies that the movie was based on true events. And although some aspects of Leatherface and his family were loosely based on Ed Gein, the butcher of Plainfield who would make furniture out of stolen corpses, the plot of the Texas Chainsaw.
Why y'all arguing in chat? We a family. Stop arguing right now.
In the summer of '73, we see flashbulb pictures of a crime scene with a sound effect that would come to be iconic. It's used to great effect here, which will not be the case in some of the sequels.
She
The
ain't
frame scene
family.
Snapshots lead into a strangely beautiful long shot of a desecrated corpse in a cemetery, as a radio broadcast reports a recent spree of unsolved grave robbings near the fictional town of Newt, Texas. This intro is all very understated and eerie, as is the title card and the opening credits. Like, seriously, is that the friggin' sun? What does that mean? It feels like I'm back in film school, but in a good way. We come out of all of that onto an armadillo in Texas.
Y'all wildin' in chat right now. I'm gonna let you know that.
Texan roads is a van full of youngsters and this 30-year-old disco stew looking dude who's pretending that he's still in his.
Who the blue in the building? Roll call. How you doing, my heart? Blue in the building, my birthday twin, my birthday twin.
20s. Don't worry, buddy. I can relate. Horror's first ever.
6 7.
Sally Hardesty is traveling to her grandfather's grave.
Oh my gosh.
First ever final girl, Sally
Chat.
Hardesty.
Why I know, look, chat. They're looking at me. I'm not looking at them. They're looking at me, chat. I'm not on no diddy freaky shit. My man Zay in the build. Bro, see, I'm sitting here excited. I'm like, yes, Zay's here. That's the guy. Zay's cool. I'm gonna demolish your asshole. Get out! Get out! Get out! That was all three were for you, Zay. You're a freak. Look, Zay, look what we got, bro. Look what I got, bro. Well, this is us. This is our stream deck. Bam! Stream deck. So now we got sound effects. I can switch streams. Guess what? BRB. Wait, I'm back. Now you're talking up close. Wait, I'm gone. We're back. You know what I'm saying? Fire. And we got the sound effects. Y'all like them?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? We're back.
Traveling to her grandfather's grave to make sure it hasn't been robbed as part of that spree the radio was talking about. While a local takes her to check on it, her wheelchair-bound brother Franklin has to hang back.
Instant, you see what I'm saying? Instant upgrades. It fixes everything. Also,
family home, the kids pass a slaughterhouse where Franklin says their grandpa used to work. He goes into detail about the cattle killing procedures to this dude Kurt and his girlfriend Pam, who's the kind of
what the fuck did he just say his name was?
Detail about the cattle killing procedures to this dude Kirk and his.
Kirk? Is he saying? Please don't tell me he's saying Kirk, bro. That nigga's it's Kirk. Oh my gosh. That nigga's everywhere, bro. You can't escape him.
Girlfriend Pam, who's the kind of gal who will ask you what your sign is 5 minutes after she meets you.
Saturn's a bad influence. It's just particularly a bad influence now because it's in retrograde.
They see a hitchhiker on the side of the road and decide to pick him up because it's too damn hot for a person to be just walking around here. The hitchhiker, played with a terrifying unstableness by Edwin Neal, says his whole family works in the meat industry, and inside his little neck knapsack, he's got the pictures to prove it. Those are, yeah, real nice guy. He ends up grabbing Franklin's pocket knife right out of his hand and uses it to cut himself. All while
That's fake, Twitch. It's fake. It's fake.
Jolly music plays on the radio. Aren't road trips the best? Edwin Neal's memorable performance as the hitchhiker was modeled after his nephew, who was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Though, as he noted in an interview about it, his nephew was never once violent. Lots of horror movies, this series especially, use people with abnormal psychologies as villains, but it's always important to remember that in real life, those people are more often victims than perpetrators of violence. The hitchhiker takes a picture of Franklin and tries to force him to buy it.
$2.
It's a good picture.
But when the kids say no thanks, he gets upset and lights the picture on fire with some gunpowder.
You know, if you're not a Twitch partner and over 1,000 people follow to you, they don't care what you're doing. Retweet, but I like the tape because I've been banned once. And it was for some dumb shit. It was because I was on Monkey. That's all it was.
If that wasn't bad enough, he then takes out a straight razor and cuts Franklin's arm with it. That finally gets them to pull over and kick the hitchhiker out. And the kids drive away as he marks their van with his blood and blows raspberries in their wake. You kids should have been more careful. You're living in a post-Charlie Manson world here. They pull up to a gas station / barbecue joint and ask the proprietor if he knows where they can find their old family home.
You boys don't want to go mess around the old house?
Yo, dude, you don't know where I want to mess around. The station is out of gas, though, so the only things they leave with are a bag full of barbecue and
Jam, where you
they get to
at?
their old family house and start exploring.
Jam.
With Sally showing the others her old room. Disco Stu flirting with the final girl. Poor Franklin's unable to come upstairs though, which makes him feel pretty left out and leads to him also blowing raspberries in frustration, kinda like the hitchhiker.
If I have any more fun today, I don't think I'm gonna be able to take it.
What I love about Franklin though is that he's only partly sympathetic, because he's also super whiny and obnoxious as all hell. In fact, actor Paul Partain, rest in peace, decided to stay in character for the entire shoot, so the rest of the cast ended up avoiding him on set.
Unfortunately, Franklin was such a whiny bastard. I was afraid if I ever took him off, that I couldn't get him back. And so I kept him on.
Yes, it was real effective. We were ready to kill each other.
Pam and Kirk head out to an old watering hole, only to find
it's like I get
would
fucking...
smash.
Daniel, you're a mogster, dude. Daniel dead mogged everybody in chat. Nah, hold on. What smash? Yo, Blue, retweet. Retweet my heart.
Dried up. But then they hear an engine running at a nearby farmhouse and head over there to see if there's any spare gas that they can buy for their van. Judging by the car park they find in the backyard, these kids might just be the luckiest travelers in all of Texas. Or at least that's probably what they're thinking right now. They go around to the front porch where Kirk finds a nasty tooth that he puts into Pam's hand. She don't want no tooth fairy money and storms off, while Kirk's manly knock accidentally opens the front door. Not too much to look at inside, unless you're a big fan of taxidermy and Twin Peaks. Oh, and
why are y'all so freaky today? Like, what is the deal with that, man? Like, y'all need help, for real. Shut the fuck up, I'm talking to Daniel. Y'all see how y'all treat me, though?
Pig squealing? Kirk
You put it, yo, why are you putting a honey pack in your macaroni? Honey don't even go in macaroni good, you sicko.
All three of those things, so he steps inside for a fun time, only for this to happen.
Ooh,
Just as with livestock, the first hammer hit doesn't kill Kirk instantly, so Leatherface has to hit him again before taking him back to the kitchen with an iconic sliding door slam. Game over, Kirk. Outside, Pam notices that Kirk has disappeared, and we get another iconic shot that follows her from a low angle as she slowly approaches the house. This shot was a
Shotty got diapered, but
minute idea by cinematographer Daniel Pearl that the producers
That's what I
tried
said.
to mix since it wasn't on the shot list. Toby Hooper overrode the producers, and it's since become one of the most famous shots from the film, even if actress Terry McMinn wasn't a big fan of it at first.
And then I saw in CinemaScope and Technicolor my cheeks right in the screen, and I was completely horrified for years.
She has since come around to it though.
I'm laughing now because now I think it's great. Get back up there.
I started an OnlyFans with y'all support. How would I support you without that being absolutely gay? Like, I'm not a homosexual, but wouldn't that be homosexual if I supported you? Like, would I post you on my story and be like, yo, check out my man's work, he's doing fine, like he's doing good? I'm a femboy. Yeah, no, you're not getting supported, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're not getting supported, bro. How do I tell you, bro? Just subscribe and then never look at it again. Yeah, but you got to think about it. It's going to be in my search history. Then it's going to be in my goddamn credit debit card information. It's like, my mom gonna be like, why the hell do you have OnlyFans, Femboy, Goonoff in your history? And I'm like, look, I'm supporting my mans. Then I'm out the house.
Just like Kirk, Pam also lets herself into the house, which kind of makes this a home invasion movie if you look at it from Leatherface's perspective. Especially when Pam starts tripping all over the place and trashing his stuff. Come on, Pam, this is their very important chicken room. They keep their best bones in there. And don't even think about sitting on that Skelefuton. That thing's on loan from Guillermo del Toro. All of the crazy bone art in this room and throughout the movie was made by production designer Robert Burns, who also taxidermed an actual armadillo.
What happened, Daniel?
Corpse for that shot in the beginning of the film. Bob Burns was one of the most pivotal players in this movie's success. He would literally
This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first movie.
Drive around to local farms, gathering actual animal bones to make all these Sawyer family props. Without him and his creepy decorations, this movie wouldn't be half as effective as it is. After taking a long, slow-ass motherfucking look at all the horrors surrounding her, Pam finally decides to go on and get, only to run into Leatherface on her way out.
Go run!
Classic moment occurs when he grabs her on the porch.
You only watched the one with Jenna Ortega?
And it only gets worse for Pam when
I don't think she was in
and uses a meat
Texas
hook to hang
Chainsaw
her
Massacre.
up, like so many animal carcasses.
Oh my gosh!
Although it's brutal and terrifying, it's shot in a surprisingly tame way, which is also the case when Leatherface revs his chainsaw up and gets to carving into Kirk's corpse. None of this is pleasant, but it's a whole lot less explicit than you'd probably expect. That'll change in the sequels. When Kirk and Pam are gone longer than expected, Jerry offers to go look for them and travels through the woods as the sun goes down. Disco Stu, walking into the sunset. He gets to the old house and also comes around front, where he proves that B&E is just part and parcel for all these rude-ass kids, or 30-year-olds. He heads back into Leatherface's playroom, and although the meat hook is empty, there are sounds coming from the freezer. He opens it to find Pam. Wait, why is she still? Wasn't she just... Oh, there she is.
Shit.
Get on up, girl. One of the best things about this movie is the sound design.
Pineapple in the building.
How
you doing, my heart? First off, welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're having an excellent day. Fuck, I got nothing. I hope you're doing good. That's all I can say, bro. We watching some dead meat right now. Come on in, grab you a drink, grab you a snack, grab you a blanket. If you at your desk, sit in your chair, fix your posture. Let's do this.
Recorded in his own home to the sudden instances of loudness like that one, and this one. Leatherface runs in and smashes Jerry's skull to kill him nice and quick.
Okay, but if we being real though, he's low-key valid. Like the rest of these other slasher horror movie people, they just be bugging. They be killing people for no reason. But with Leatherface, they're breaking into his house. Now, do that mean you should do them the way you're doing them?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I'm going to abuse the fuck out of this stream deck. I told y'all this when the stream started. Okay, you're right. Okay, whoop-de-woo, he's wearing people. But you got to remember, these niggas is breaking into his house. She done fucked up his whole human bone collection. That's on her. That's on Jerry. He's wearing people. You know what, bro? Maybe you right.
Go Steve, hopping on the kill count. With Jerry taken care of, Leatherface puts Pam back in the icebox. And that's actually the last time we see her, so I have no choice but to put her on the kill count now. Maybe she froze to death in there? I don't know what to tell you, man. Regardless, Leatherface is getting sick of playing defense here. Well,
here to
where
go,
are all these darn kids even coming from? Gosh, I moved to the countryside to get away from hooliganry. The late Gunnar Hansen played Leatherface so perfectly.
No, he didn't just hit the
Pretty boys, rich boys, stand up.
Pretty boys, rich boys, stand up. Appreciate that, Mo. We love you. Come on, Star Kid. Hold on. Star Kid make the beat. Mama took it out the oven. That's for you, my heart. Stay blessed. The first guy is reasonable. He walked into that man's house after he didn't answer the door. Like literally, hold on. Y'all telling me if somebody busts in your crib, walk around your kitchen, y'all ain't doing nothing? Yeah, I get the money from the Prime sub. I get the money from the Prime subs. I think I get all of it rather than the half that Twitch does. So if I get a sub, it's really $2 instead of $5. But I don't mind. I appreciate the subs all the way because that's your hard-earned money. And like I said, every dime that we get goes back into Twitch. Like look at what we just got. This is ours, our soundboard. yeah, you know, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. This is our soundboard, and also I will have a thing to where y'all can add sounds that you want to hear on the soundboard. So we're gonna do that. Just know we're working behind the scenes. Everything, every dollar goes back into streaming. Telling y'all that right now.
That it's easy to feel bad for the poor guy. Just keep looking at your messed up teeth, Leatherface. It'll all be okay, my sweet boy. Since Jerry had the keys in his pocket, the Hardesty siblings are stranded by the van.
Oh, we're getting some good sounds. I'm excited.
Into the darkness to find him. Man, it is super freaking dark in these woods. Franklin, could you please shine that flashlight somewhere useful?
Stop. Stop.
Woo!
IQ
Fuck.
85.
And then they come with a fucking, bro. Like this AI shit. Fuck AI. Here we go, back to the video.
Oh, it's fucking Leatherface! And he saws into
No, he
like a
didn't!
carving the poor boy's body up right there in his wheelchair while his sister watches and screams like a mad woman. Fun fact, the
jump scared to an eye.
From Hooper and makeup artist Dottie
No,
Pearl
I didn't get scared. I didn't get scared from the AI video. I got scared. Hold on, Pepper in the building. I'm sorry, Pepper. How you doing, my heart? Anyway, I didn't get scared from the AI fucking jump scare. I got scared from this part. Hold on, right here.
Could you please shine that flashlight
PEPPERR.
That's where I got scared. I got scared from that, not the AI fucking commercial. She is bugging off a jigger in this photo. I get you seeing your brother get slayed, but she's genuinely off the raw Molly.
Fun fact, the blood sprays here came fake blood out of their mouths onto Leatherface. Sally eventually gets the sense to run away and heads through the thickets to the only light she sees, hoping it'll bring her salvation from the chainsaw-wielding maniac on her heels. But of course, the light ends up being Leatherface's funhouse of horrors, and he don't exactly need a key to get through that
Gerald.
Pepper, we were just talking about you and your tendency to come in here and spam TTS. We was just talking about you. That's so crazy you did that because we was just talking about you.
Sally runs upstairs and into a back room where she finds a corpse or two sitting in chairs, unable
my name is Gerald.
to offer her any advice. We'll see a lot of dried up corpses of
Gerald.
I won't be including them on the kill count. It's fine, don't worry about it.
After this video, you got something to show me on the game? What game? What game, Blue?
Rather worry about poor Sally, since Leatherface is finally through the door. Sally's not done running, though.
Fuck!
She doesn't even hesitate to crash through the upstairs window and fall to the ground to escape her would-be killer. We start the second lap of Sally's final girl circuit, which once again takes us through the...
Now, hold on, I'm low-key fucking with her, because you gotta be a boss. You gotta be a boss to jump out a second-story window, straight through the glass, get up and start running again.
Forest. The finish line of this lap is that gas station they had stopped at earlier. Sally bursts through a side door and falls onto the floor, but Leatherface doesn't seem to follow her inside. Instead, the old man from the gas station sits her up and tells her everything's gonna be okay. He'll go get his truck and take her to a hospital. While he's out, Sally notices the sizzling meat this guy's got cooking, which, you know, wouldn't be all that bad on its own. Except when he comes back, he's sporting an awfully creepy smile on his face. Oh, and also, he's got a human-sized sack and some rope. Yeah, them some red flags, girl. Sally wisely grabs a knife to defend herself with, but everybody knows that broomstick beats knife. Oh, and Sally. Broomstick also.
Is she fucking dumb? Yo, her whole... Chat, I'm telling y'all right now. Her whole salvation was in her hand. She had a knife. How the fuck do you lose against a broomstick? Whatever happens to her in this movie is all on her. I'm telling you right now.
Also beat Sally. The old man, who's known as the cook in this movie, but will come to be known as Drayton Sawyer, knocks Sally out and ties her up, then bags her and drags her into his truck. Man, poor Sally. Really out of the frying pan and into the cook fire with this one.
I hope you're not too uncomfortable down there.
Well, I would be if you stopped poking me with that broomstick, dick. The cook / Drayton Sawyer is an absolutely loathsome motherfucker, and he's played brilliantly by Jim Sedow, who was pretty much the only experienced actor in this movie. As Drayton approaches the Sawyer house, he sees the hitchhiker in his native state, walking down the side of the road. Drayton gets out of the truck and yells some slurs at the hitchhiker before giving him the old broomstick beatdown.
Oh my gosh! I'll give you a galaxy if you meow and say my name. I don't know what app you think we're on, bro. This is strictly Dickly Twitch. This ain't TikTok. But for you, I got you, Zay. You ready? No! Fuck out of here.
Brilliant and
Fuck you
beautiful
think this
shots.
is?
God damn,
Sicko.
I love the cinematography. They get to the
Fucking
house
sicko.
with Drayton still hooting
Thought
and
you was
hollering
getting
at the
something.
hitchhiker, because it turns out these dudes are brothers to each other and to Leatherface.
Look what your brother did to that door!
It's weird. I always used to think that Drayton was the hitchhiker and Leatherface's dad, but I guess he's just the oldest brother. And right now, he's taking that brotherly broomstick to his youngest sibling, Leatherface. Leave him alone, Drayton.
You're a naughty tease. Okay, hold on. You want me to say it? You want me to say it? Say meow. There you go, bro. You're never getting another one of those again in your
All
life.
he wants to do right now is dress and sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. The hitchhiker, who will come to be known as Nubbins, ties up Sally and discovers her identity, much to his delight.
I thought you was in a hurry.
Yeah, Sally's in a real bad place right now. And if you don't want to watch chaotic misery inflicted on a captive girl for 10 minutes straight, well, I got some bad news for you, friend. Before the festivities can begin, though, you better get Grandpa and bring him downstairs. Yeah, set that dusty boy right at the head of the table.
Is he even alive in that chair? That nigga looks genuinely deceased.
The Sawyer boys cut open Sally's head and tell their granddad to take this, her blood, and drink of it. And he does.
Oh my gosh. Even though it's all fake Twitch, this shit is gnarly. I'm not gonna lie, no back.
Man, I thought that dude was dead. But turns out, all he needed was some teenager blood, and he turns into the Six Flags guy. The Sawyer bus is coming, and
Nah, he look, he hitting that motherfucker. Hold on, go back. Look at that little jiggy here.
Teenager blood, and he turns into the Six Flags guy. The Sawyer bus is coming, and everybody's jumping. Grandpa Sawyer, the character, is supposedly 124 years old, but he was played by John Dugan, who was only 19 at the time. The character's incredible makeup, which took 5 to 7 hours to apply, was done by Dr. W.E. Barnes in his one and only film credit. His actual job was as a plastic surgeon. Also, if you dig Grandpa Sawyer's dance moves here, you'll be happy to know John Dugan can still do them nearly 40 years later. Sally passes out, and when she comes to, she finds herself in the middle.
What did I say, bro? I said don't clip. Don't, one-time thing, bro.
Of a fucking nightmare. Her hands
Come on,
tied
bro.
down to some other hands, and her shrieks of suffering only mocked and echoed by her tormentors. Whoa, and is that a face lamp up top? Yo, look at that face lamp!
Shut your mouth.
Well, sorry, Drew. If you didn't want me commenting on that face
Talk about
lamp,
thank
maybe
you,
don't
baby.
have a face lamp. This miserable dinner scene is the most horrific part of the movie by far, and was also the most torturous thing to film. They shot for over 24 hours straight, although there is some dispute as to the exact number.
That proved to be like a 27-hour shooting day.
26 hours.
It was like a 27-hour shoot.
Almost 36 hours straight we shot.
Since they filmed in July in the middle of Texas,
You don't
with
wanna
the
watch
windows
yourself
blacked out
now?
and a bunch of film lights all over the place, internal temperatures reached
Thank you,
120
bro.
degrees, cooking the meat they were using as props and making plenty of people sick.
Boy, was it hot, and the meat got rotten in a hurry. I never did get ill physically, where a lot of people did. They run outside, come back in.
There was a moment during the film during the dinner scene when I went out and threw up.
Sally tries to beg Drayton for mercy, but that goes about as well as you'd expect it to.
You can make him stop doing shit.
The hitchhiker says that his older brother can't do shit, because he's just the cook, and it's the younger bros who have to do all the distasteful killing work.
I just can't take no pleasure in killing.
To get out of this table set hellscape, Sally even offers up the only thing she has.
Anything you want.
But this plea of desperation falls on deaf ears. These men aren't motivated by usual desires. They're just sadistic cannibals who take pleasure in other people.
Nah, she's trying. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I was in that position, I'm offering up some dick too. I'm not no bad. Is there anything you want from me? Some dick? Some dick? Wait. What's that video? It's like what's that shit called? It's like is there anything you can do for me financially? Can you suck it? That's exactly what I'm gonna say to them.
Pain. You'll find no sympathy from them, Sally, no matter how hard you look with your eyes. Damn, you looking hard too, huh? Like blood vessel hard. Drayton tells his younger brothers to get on with it and kill her, but the hitchhiker decides that Grandpa's the man for the job.
You always said he's the best. He's the best, all right. Oh, Grandpa's the best killer there ever was.
They arm him with a hammer and send Sally into a screaming pile of jump cuts.
That shit would piss me
Then they
off.
untie her and bring her over to Grandpa's killing bucket. And what follows is a super darkly comedic scene where Grandpa, who's supposedly the best at killing, can't even hold the hammer in his hand long enough to strike Sally. Tobe Hooper would try to focus more on dark humor like this in Texas Chainsaw 2, which I think he does to pretty good effect. With Drayton cheering him on and Leatherface all but doing the work for him, Grandpa finally starts landing blows on the back of Sally's head. But when the hitchhiker tries to take over, Sally seizes the opportunity and
Go,
gets away
Sally,
from him,
go.
once again crashing through a window to escape.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Her ass has crashed through 2 windows, dude. Respect to Sally, bro. She dedicated about escaping.
Like a baller. She's been tortured by the Sawyers so long, it's already freaking morning. But she wastes no time limping down the road with the hitchhiker already in hot pursuit and his younger brother Leatherface rushing out to join him. The hitchhiker catches up to Sally.
No,
and slashes
Sally,
at her
come on.
back, playing
Come
with
on.
his prey long enough that she manages to get out to the main road.
Come
Right
on,
as
Sally.
the semi-truck rolls up to them, Sally gets away from the hitchhiker, who's not quite as lucky and instead gets the Gage Creed treatment by...
Fuck. Yo, Zay, how do I tell you you're not the fucking anime protagonist? I kill everybody simultaneously. I'm the one that's gonna end it all. Yo, Zay, you're not the anime protagonist, bro. Calm down. Calm down. You're not that guy, pal. Just a bright flash with heat so immense it feels cold, scorching everyone and everything in its radius. Yo, Zay, you're not doing that. You're literally getting turned into stew, bro. You're not that guy, pal. I hate to tell you.
This big rig's big ass tires. For this death, they filmed him getting hit by the truck and
leaving only crystallized flames. How the fuck does that even make sense? Crystallized flames? Dumb dick. Dumb dick.
He used a dummy for the undertread body. Sally watches the truck pull over, and although the driver gets out to help
I have
her,
superpowers?
he jumps right back into the cab after seeing Leatherface
Because I'm the main protagonist. Zay, you don't have powers.
and his chainsaw. For some reason, instead of driving away, he and Sally climb out of the truck's passenger side door. I seriously don't know why they did that, but at least the truck driver grabs a monkey wrench on his way out so he can ask Leatherface, knock knock. Hit you in the head with a monkey wrench. That causes Leatherface to fall and cut up his own.
Oh my gosh!
But he's back up in no time as Sally and the truck driver haul ass down the street. A blue pickup truck joins the madness and pulls over long enough for Sally to hop inside. And just don't think about the semi.
Oh, he's fucked. Why they gonna do my mans like that?
Some say he's still running down the street to this very day. Sally is driven away from Leatherface in a few more infamous shots, some of which are featured in my extended intro, and her terror turns into glee as she realizes that she's finally escaped the unspeakable horrors wrought by this crazed chainsaw murderer and his sadistic family of cannibals. How many people did the Sawyers invite to their...
Hold on, imagine she get in the truck and it's the dad. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was thinking. Imagine she get in the truck and it's the dad driving.
Dinner party?
That'd be
Let's
fun.
find out and get to the numbers. 5 people died in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which might be lower than you expected, but I tried to warn you about that up top. The victims consisted of 4 men and only 1 woman, giving us a mostly blueberry meat pie. And with a runtime of 83 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 16.6 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Kirk. It kicks off the movie's kill count and comes out of nowhere, and I love the way it's done in mostly silence. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to, Jerry, I guess? I actually think all these kills are effective, but if I include the meat hooking as part of Pam's death, then I think it's gotta go to Jerry. And that's it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974, and was actually banned in the UK for 23 years. Tobe Hooper made a drastically different sequel a dozen years later, which I'll be looking at next week. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this kill.
Thank you, James A. Janice. Slap a like on that video. This dude has had the lamest. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Zay, you fucked up. You fucked up because his haircut is mad bogus. No bat. His haircut's bogus and shit. Then he talking about the dull machete for him for the lamest haircut. Bro, hey, look. Even though he got a lesbian 5th grader haircut, James A. Janice is like genuinely my YouTube GOAT. There's no one I'd put above James A. Janice. He's my YouTube GOAT, bro. Shout out James A. Janice. We just got to do something about this fuck-ass bob he's got going on, dude. Like, that haircut's genuinely like... Zay, it's on par with yours, bro. I'm not gonna lie. No bad.